All right, shooting for around 2 of this because I started to record and my dad called me in the middle of it. So, update. It's a little over a month since I had my consultation with a surgeon about going for a conversion surgery. It's not a revision because they're not changing anything that was done already. They are going in and converting what was done into something else. So it's a conversion. It's a little different. The insurance company does not have any timeline guidelines like 6 months, 3 months, anything like that. They just have, you have to have 2 nutrition appointments. You have to have all the clearance appointments, obviously, and 2 support groups. The doctor's office requires a 5% weight loss, which I have hit. It's like I hit it and then I go up a pound and then I lose a pound. Anyway, so I've successfully done, I think, enough with the weight loss that I'll be okay. 2 nights stay in the hospital. I have done my psych, pulmonary, cardio, PCP, all the blood work. I'm going today for the endoscopy. My dad is going to be going with me to get the endoscopy done. A little nervous because I've never had such a thing before. And then I have to have an ultrasound done of my gallbladder to determine if he'll be removing that at the same time as he does the bypass. I am really, last time when I was going for the sleeve, I was so obsessed. I did so much reading, so much research, so much talking about it. This time around, it's like, I don't have the time for that. Nathan is 4. My husband was actually in the hospital like 2 weeks ago. He started having seizure. He had a seizure. He didn't start having seizures, but he had a seizure. And so there's been a couple of appointments, trying to see if they can pinpoint what on with that. And, they haven't been able to figure out what caused his seizure. So, on a side note, look at how great this French manicure looks. This is actually Color Street. I did not go get my nails done. They are nail stickers, like made out of nail polish, so you put on like a sticker on your nails, and I think that's a pretty good looking French. Anyway, so I am going to be doing a sleep study tomorrow night. I was so hoping to get away with not having to have one, especially since I, work with the doctor that I went to. He is the medical director of the sleep lab, of one of the sleep labs I work with. But he said, nope, you have to have it done. And I said, well, I'm not having it done at work because I don't want everybody else in the office that I work with to know my business. So he said, okay, well, what we'll do is there's this mail order company. They'll mail you one. You do it at home, send it back the next day, and we'll go from there. So we've done that. I'm trying to think what else. It will be a 2-night stay in the hospital. Initially, I was under the impression and told that it would be a 1-night stay, but the doctor, when I went for my, they call it an H&P appointment, history and physical, where they really go into more details, said it would be a 2-night stay. That bypass patients usually stay for 2 nights. So I am actually relieved about that because I was really, really nervous about going home, a day after having abdominal, first of all, it's a major surgery, what they're doing inside to my guts. But aside from that, it's abdominal, even though it's not like a huge abdominal in surgery. But I have a 4-year-old who's very rambunctious and likes to jump around. He hoots and he hollers and he loves to be on top of mommy. And I was just very, very nervous about that. So the doctor reassured me that, although physically it can be painful to me, it's not going to undo or damage anything that he's going to be doing. So it made me feel a little bit better, but it also made me feel a little bit better that I'll be at the hospital another day. And I'm really, really kind of looking forward to that. As horrible as it sounds, like that Thursday, I'm going to be at the hospital all day by myself, resting. And I know it won't be all that resting because I know that they'll be in and out doing blood pressure checks and did I pee and, all that stuff. But I'm so fried. I am fried. So I'm looking forward to it. I am a little nervous about the actual weight loss part of it. You know, a lot of people say that when you have a second weight loss surgery, it's slower. And I, you know, as bummed by that as I would be, or the thought of it is, might be a little bit better for me because financially, I don't, you know, when I did it before, I was single. You know, I was making, you know, whatever amount of money I was making, but I didn't really, like, I didn't have rent. I had car payment, car insurance, and like a cell phone. I didn't have the same responsibilities that I have now. So, yeah. The money to constantly be replacing a wardrobe is a little daunting. But I know it's only hard up until you hit like the size 12 mark. And then you can go to like the Salvation Army and Goodwill and stuff and make out okay. But that is where I'm at. I'm going for my endoscopy. Surgery is officially scheduled for June 19th. I will be returning to work on July 5th. And that is where we're at.